So after Dracula Harris's most embarrassing interview to date on 60 Minutes, she has been going on an interview blitz, and this was an incredible mistake for the Democrats, but a huge win for us hardworking Americans that don't want her in office because she can't escape her fake accents, her alcoholic behavior, or most importantly, non-answers to questions Americans care about. So she was on Stephen Colbert, who I can't name a single person who watches. I'm serious, who on earth at night is like, oh, I need a political take from Stephen Colbert. Most of his viewers are probably ones who leave their TV on and they're in the other room. But anyways, of course it was a disaster, so we'll start with Kamala needing an alcoholic beverage to get by. And apparently, according to her Twitter handlers, this is one of her biggest wins to date, and I might agree with that statement, since there are very few.
You know, when you first became the nominee and named Tim Walz as your vice president nominee, people were calling it the vibe election. All the vibes were all good. But elections, I think, are won on vibes because one of the old saws is they just want somebody they can have a beer with. So would you like to have a beer with me so I can tell people what that's like? Okay. This was... Now, we asked ahead of time because I can't just be giving a drink to the Vice President of the United States without asking. You asked for Miller High Life. You asked for Miller High Life. I'm just curious.
Okay, the last time I had beer was at a baseball game with Doug.
So cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. Ooh. That tastes like the beautiful city of Milwaukee.
Lord have mercy, that was the fakest stunt. To all the beer drinkers out there, is Miller High Life something that Kamala would like, or does it seem like she's trying to please the crowd? I don't know much about beer. I call myself a feminine drinker, but if I tell you my favorite drink, I'm going to get accused of being a Russian asset. Okay, fine, it's a Moscow Mule. But this felt like one of those moments when Kamala admitted she shoots her Glock on a routine basis. There's no way in my mind she drinks beer. She's a hard liquor type with her past partying habits. But anyways, the crowd must have been Jamaican because Kamala whipped out her Jamaican accent.
Have you no empathy, man?
Yes.
You know, for the suffering of other people. Have you no sense of purpose?
She's talking about hurricanes and politicizing it. There's certain things you don't need to politicize. One being natural disasters, and two, viruses that spread, like COVID. But of course, she's the queen of both, and maybe she wouldn't have to politicize it and point fingers if she didn't allocate the FEMA funds to illegal invaders. This is one of the issues on why the Republican Party is the American First Party. You have to prioritize the citizens first, otherwise we're going to be in situations like this exactly. Now we are turning towards a question that got asked of her on The View yesterday, and that many moderates and independents would love the answer to. What is the difference between her and Joe Biden? Well, yesterday we know she said she would have changed nothing policy-wise, meaning she's a copy and paste of Biden, almost as if it's in the administration named Biden-Harris, but maybe she can clean up her answer.
You are a member of the President's administration. Under a Harris administration, what would the major changes be, and what would stay the same?
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm obviously not Joe Biden.
I noticed.
And so that would be one change in terms of... But also, I think it's important to say with, 28 days to go, I'm not Donald Trump. And so when we think about the significance of what this next generation of leadership looks like, were I to be elected president, it is about, frankly, I love the American people. And
Okay, we gave her the chance, and she did give an answer, I will say that. She's not Joe Biden, and she's not Donald Trump. That's the difference. If you think the country is headed in the wrong direction, just be tracking that Flopula is not Joe Biden or Donald Trump. What an in-depth analysis. But I want to expand on her answer. She's able to crack open a brewski with Stephen Colbert. How about that? Wait, that's not convincing you? Oh, you want the country safer and have more money in your pocket. Fine, I guess we'll vote for Trump then.